Hey, okay, I wanted to cover this. The testimony regarding heart health with a lady that's in my group on Jilly Juice. And so I'm going to read this testimony, and she is in my group, so you can see who she is. She came out publicly, though she had to unfriend me because her family just is against Jilly Juice, just against it. And so because they don't understand, they're listening to mainstream media who, makes me wonder who really infiltrated medicine, who really did. Socialist/communist medicine, I don't know. So hello, my Jilly Juicing family. I hope all is well with all of you. I am doing great. I just want to update you all. On December 17th, again, I had chest pain and gone to Huntington Memorial Hospital's ER and was kept overnight for observation at the stroke unit. I didn't post it here at the time because I didn't want to alarm anyone. And I certainly did not want people to think that my chest pains are caused by Jilly Juice. Not at all. So, EKG was normal. Numerous blood draws were normal. And CT scan of my arteries are all normal. Oh, wow. I was at the hospital for 31 hours. When I was discharged, my official diagnosis was GERD, acid reflux. Okay? When you have acid reflux, it means that you have an imbalance in your acids, fatty acids, amino acids, and then it's coming to surface. It's coming up and it's causing, symptoms. But it could be her body just fluctuating as far as her biochemistry. So, the attending physician referred me to a cardiologist. Apparently, she wanted me checked out by a heart specialist. So they're making sure and taking all the precautions. They didn't trust me to make my own appointment. So early last week, I got a call telling me the doctor's office made an appointment for me. Well, this morning was my appointment. It was the best appointment ever. My appointment was 9:30. My sister and I got there at 9:09. Signed my papers and paid my co-payment and waited for them to call me. At exactly 9:30, I was called. The nurse weighed me and took me to the inner room. In 3 minutes, the cardiologist came. She said she didn't know why I was referred to her because all my tests, EKG, blood tests, and CT scan was normal. I told her I didn't know either, and all I know is that mid-December, I went to the ER for chest pains, and all tests were negative, and I was discharged with diagnosis of GERD, acid reflux. She took out the model of a heart. She explained that there are 3 major arteries and showed it to me and named them too. The CT scan took a series of pictures of how 3 arteries and give a score of plague/calcification accumulation for my 58 years of existence. I asked her what's my score. She said 0. There's no blockage whatsoever. So whatever you've been doing these 58 years, keep doing them. Mind you, I haven't had a clean diet. I love bacon and it loves me too. I have only a semi-clean diet only the past 3 years and a little cleaner since April 2019 when I started Jilly Juice, which means that she does go off the protocol. She does go off protocol. Okay, we know what happens. Okay, I come to terms with that, okay? She will forward all reports to my primary doctor and to my oncologist because she's been dealing with cancer, okay? And she's in major remission and no sign of cancer since her last report, she told me. And let them know I do not need any cardiology intervention at this time. The cardiologist went as far as telling me the front office to refund my medical co-payment, and she showed evidence of that in the group. So this is by far the best doctor's appointment I have ever had. Thank you, Jilly Juice. I do not fear you. Yes, it tastes salty, but my blood sodium level is normal. Well, of course it is. I will continue to drink it even though my families are anti-J juice. Thank you, Jillian. The general population doesn't know what they are missing. I am one happy Jilly Juicer. Bottoms up. Okay? When you have plaque and calcification and all of that, It's because you have a lack of electrolytes and nutritive benefits in your body, and lack of probiotics to go and purge out the excess that builds up in your arteries. I was at a hospital the other day waiting on somebody's outcome of what they're going to do as far as their heart attack. 12 hours that day I was there. And believe me, I mean, I did see the CT scan or the x-rays, and the actual where they actually showed where the heart was pumping, and they showed that when they put the ink in to go and see where the blockages are. I mean, there were 3 or 4 lines that were blocked. Now, my friend is not doing the J juice, and I can't speak to them about this because everyone gets offended that I even speak of this, so I can't even speak about it. But then this testimony comes up right after me being at that hospital. I mean, the universe is letting y'all know, okay, if you don't get on the J juice and you have predispositions, they're going to come up and they're going to come to surface. And then when you try to speak about it, everyone wants to shut you down and think that you're trying to hurt them or harm them and all this other stuff. And that's going to be the hardest thing that you guys are going to have to deal with, is watching your friends and family completely disintegrate. And they have the access to this. But this lady, Ann, who just did that testimony, she's gone through a lot of the healing symptoms. It's not fun to go through healing. It's not. But then why risk rolling the dice? Because who knows if you're going to survive the next heart attack or the next stroke. And that's the people that are not on J juice are going to be risking. And so, you know, I mean, and so, yeah, so the J juice clears the pipes, not only in your digestive system, but it clears your arteries and capillaries. So that way your blood is flowing freely to get to the necessary places. When they do bypass surgery, or when the body does its own alternative pathways because there's blockages, you know there's issues. You know that at some point something's going to trigger and you're not going to survive it. And who wants to live that way? Now, doing that quadruple or triple bypass or whatever, some people do live a good long while because of medical intervention, but it's not always the case. There's always complications that you can't foresee. They always have that where there's complications, infection, and another heart attack or another, you know. And so why risk that? Why risk that? And so that's why, you know, I am the way I am. That's why I endure a lot of what I endure. Sometimes I'm thrust into situations where I don't want to be in. But it sucks that, I mean, not that I don't want to be in it, but it's just like there's nothing that I could do for them. And so it sucks. It sucks being in this position where you have something that people are going to choose to do something different. And you have to accept that choice. And no matter how much you want to save them, the ones that are not suffering too much and the ones that are on their deathbed, you want to save them, but you can't. So if that is, you know, another healing symptom, yeah, I'm going through some healing symptoms of dealing with that. And it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy being the only one with this kind of thought process in a world that everyone thinks that you're crazy. I'm sure how hard it is for all of you if you've ever talked about J juice. I mean, it's hard for her, and that's why she had to unfriend me, because her friends and family are thinking that she's nuts. But her tests are saying otherwise. Her experience is saying otherwise. So this is one of the biggest hurdles those of you on J juice are going to have to deal with, the fact that you know how wonderful this is and you experience it. And those that don't know and haven't really taken the time, and they're all up in there, whatever, they're going to be triggering shit left and right, and then you got to watch it. And that's the hardest thing, is you have to watch it, and you can't do shit about it. So, you know, so it's been like, you know, and I've been doing these revelations about communism and all this other crap while I'm in there, you know, so it's just like I'm constantly like multitasking, dealing with this very highly charged situation as far as, you know, emotions, and then making my own revelations about politics and all the things that are going on, and coming to terms with the fact of how much power I really do have, which is not a lot out there, but I have power within here. As long as I follow the laws, of my body and the laws of my community, and I'm in America. I'm not in some third world country where you can't say anything, like, or I'm not in some communist society like China where you can't say anything against the government, or North Korea or Russia. But I'm here in America, and I'm so fucking lucky I'm here in America. So even though there's not much I could do as far as my friends and family and people that don't believe in Jilly Juice, I can still take care of myself. Though I got to watch everyone flipping degrade around me, but we already said this is what's going to happen. So you guys stay on the Jilly Juice. Stay on it, because I need you. I need you guys to be on the Jilly Juice. I need you around me, because I already triggered the life process. It's already been triggered. I'm not going to go down unless, you know, they stop selling salt and cabbage, which is not going to happen, because they still, even the communists still need their population. So they're not going to just, you know, take away the food supply and the salt. But I still need you guys around. We are going to be the force out there. We're going to show people, but, you know, but remember, Mother Nature, she's going to be the one to dub who gets this and who doesn't. It's not up to us. I mean, we can only introduce the information, but we can't make people drink it. We can't make people do this. And that's what I'm coming to terms with. And it sucks. But, you know, my dog and I, you see my doggy? Woo. She's right there. She's doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. You know, Kevin's taking care of the book. Right now, I'm kind of taking a hiatus with any moderators. I'm kind of taking care of the helm on my own at this point. I don't really need moderators at this point as far as the group, because the group is not that active. I'm pretty much overseeing kind of everything at this point. So I'm taking on a very kind of a capitalistic, just so you guys know, I'm taking on a capitalistic point of view at this point. And if I need to cater to anything socialist, like bring somebody on to take care of moderating and pay, you know, because then I will, but I haven't come to that point yet. So just so you guys know, I am exactly exemplifying my politics as they stand. Right now, I'm perfectly capable of handling my emails, handling my group, handling myself and my life. And if I feel that I can't, then I will take on help. Kevin is helping me with the book. Okay? Kevin is helping me with the book. And so that's where the split's going to be as far as sharing the wealth of the book type of thing. And anyone else that has something that they want to contribute, okay, as far as a book, as far as a speaking engagement, as far as anything else, okay, we have to now exemplify capitalist principles to show that a completely capitalist society, even a community like Jilly Juice, is the example of that we can still, even though, yeah, I have to still have infrastructure, we could be Republican, where as long as you can do it yourself and you need help of just somebody else that has another, you know, that can offer, you know, some expertise in something, that's fine. It's like quid pro quo. So Republican is probably where, you know, where you recognize that you do need a community to help with the roads and with infrastructure. But you can be in charge and be the master of your own domain. And everybody's going to have to be responsible for themselves and what they contribute. But if somebody can't do everything, then they bring on people to then give you another aspect, another contribution to help uplift the business. Okay? And so that's now where, you know, so that's kind of where my world's taking me right now. So so right now the second book is still in the process. The first book is very, you know, minimal sales. So, and I don't need that much help in what's going on as far as the business, because there's not a lot going on, but it's fine. I can handle the business the way it is until if it becomes really explosive and everything is, then I'll take on help, and I'll get the people that I had, you know, doing that. But I mean, I want to help people out, but I want them to also bring something to the table too. Okay, so if there is a lull in any kind of business, then you have people that bring something to the table that could then contribute something that's more than what. Okay, so that's what I mean by capitalist versus socialist. When people are taking away versus people that are contributing. And if you're contributing and you're adding more value to the business, then yes, you should get paid accordingly. If you're taking away and you're not contributing, that's a socialist principle. That's right there at the local level, what socialism versus capitalism and communism. Okay, so right there is a lesson that I had to exemplify and show that, okay, if I'm very well able, I can handle all aspects of my business, which really isn't a lot. But everything's at my fingertips. I don't have to do too much except press a button here, copy paste here, and then delete here and do this here, and that's about it. And then get on Facebook Live. Okay? So this is the world that I want to create and have. And this is the world I would love for you guys to create and have, to then be that contributor to humanity instead of take from humanity. Okay? So there's my little economics lesson and politics lesson. And then, you know, the heart health thing testimony. Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.